Who is supposed to move things forward after the first date? I'm a straight female for context. It has happened a bunch recently where I go on a first date with someone. Date goes well, wouldn't say these are the most amazing dates of my life, but pleasant, not awkward, good conversation, laughs, etc. Guy says he wants to get together again, seems to be genuine. Then there's some texting after, thanks again, had a great time, etc., etc. And then he either disappears or continues texting but not making another plan. Also had one guy who I had plans with twice. He bailed both times. Continued to text me first for weeks though after I stopped initiating contact and then eventually just ghosted. What is going on here? Am I expected to reach out first to ask the guy on a second date? Or if he's interested enough, he will be proactive about making a plan? If there's mutual interest, there's mutual communication and enthusiasm. Why wait around or play games? Reach out if you want to. Say bye if you don't. I usually wait till the next day to text a guy after a first date. I prefer to get some rest and examine my feelings the next morning. So regardless if he texts first or not, I send something like, "Had a great time yesterday. It was nice seeing you in person. I'm open to going out again. If you're interested, let me know." So he could be as unsure as you about what to do. In my experience, if he's really into you, then he will make it happen. I've tried to make things work with guys like this, and I end up doing all of the work, and they just exist, literally plan every date, ask them about their lives and be thoughtful, and they just show up and don't even ask me questions. It's a miserable situation to be in. Personally, I just can't do that. I don't want to date someone who is passive about life. Someone who is okay with someone else doing all the work. I am really thoughtful about dates and show that the least he can do is have some enthusiasm. I also find it's linked to modern dating. A lot of these guys do dopamine dating and love the thrill of having lots of options. It's fun and interesting and makes up for their lack of satisfying hobbies. When it comes time to actually go for someone or make a decision, they're paralyzed. They can't make a choice either way, so they just don't. They've found that sometimes someone will like them enough to make it all happen, and they can continue keeping their options open for someone who excites them more. Even when they decide they don't want to date you anymore, they'll be vague about it, lol. It's incredibly disrespectful and immature. If I want to see a man again, I usually text them after a date saying something like thanks for drinks or dinner or whatever. I had a great time and would enjoy seeing you again, but then I let them be proactive about following through on those plans if they are mutually interested. Seeing who follows through feels like a good litmus test for actual interest, and unless there is a specified reason for scheduling delays, if they aren't scheduling another date within a week or so, I'm going to assume they're not really interested. The rule of thumb is that the guy has to move things forward in the beginning stages. That rule matters far less with people you meet in real life because you're naturally going to run into them in your personal life. I personally don't use online dating because there's too much pressure to move things forward immediately. I like to take my time to get to know someone before I move things forward. It's hard to do that on a single date with someone you met online. Am I overreacting by his response after a first date? I 31F met a guy 38M a couple of days ago on Old, and we had a first date yesterday. Before we met, he was super talkative all the time, which I found overwhelming. He wanted to game together, watch movies down Discord, etc. We originally planned to meet on Thursday, but we pushed our date earlier to yesterday. We went for a walk, and then we sat chatting for 15 hours. I found him attractive, easy and fun to talk with, and left the date with the feeling of wanting to get to know him more. We agreed at the end of the date to see each other again on Thursday, and he gave me a hug. So I thought it was a good ending to the date. Well, I messaged him later on saying I am looking forward to Thursday and I had fun. He responded, "That's great, me too. But I will be honest with you, I didn't feel anything during our walk today." That response has left me deflated. I understand it takes more than a first date to know somebody, but was there really any need to say that? I said I will have to think about Thursday and I will let him know by Tuesday. My friends are all telling me to not meet him after his response, but I don't know. I feel confused, and part of me is wondering if I am overreacting to his response. Thoughts? He wasn't attracted to you, and no, you shouldn't meet him on Thursday. I think he is actually hoping you cancel after he said that to you. He was probably put on the spot about Thursday, agreed, and changed his mind. Why are you thinking about Thursday? Just politely say, thanks for being honest, and wish him well. Don't invest time in someone who is ambivalent to you. Yep, I agree. I hate being asked face to face whether I want to see them again at the end of the date. Even if I'm interested, I like to sit on my feelings, and asking face to face really feels pressure to me, so I usually say I always sleep on it when this happens. Anyway, I agree with perfect jacket. Here, don't spend time on people who aren't curious to get to know you better. It's really frustrating to be on the receiving end of such whiplash yes, no, so quickly. I see you. I would not meet him on Thursday. Girl, keep it moving. This is what dating is. Then you can make room for someone who will feel things on a walk with you. My last girlfriend. I didn't feel anything romantic until after our third date, but I didn't tell her that. Lamau, I don't know if I'd want to meet up again if someone said that to me. Me too, with my fiance. But I didn't tell him that. I enjoyed our first date enough that I was open to seeing him again and seeing if a second date would introduce some more romantical feelings, and it did. But again, this was my own internal thought process. I didn't tell him after the first date that I was lukewarm, because I am saying that means one isn't interested in getting together again. I mean, obviously do not go near him again lol. I had a date with a dude that was fine. He ended it saying he definitely wanted to hang out again and told me to let him know when. The next day I said I'm free these days next week for a second date if you're into that, and he goes, that's great. I personally would love to, but I feel like our energies aren't aligned. Which was insane. BC, why would you say you'd love to hang out again when you don't lol? Met a great guy 30M, but the fact he's so much younger than me 37F is giving me anxiety. Should I just end things now? For some reason, younger men keep showing interest. You know the trope, older woman, younger guy using her for sex and or a place to stay. That stuff lives rent-free in my head. I briefly hung out with a guy last year for maybe a month who was 31, and I decided he wasn't for me. Met him while out taking a walk and he introduced himself. After that, I made a rule that 32 was the absolute youngest. A woman at work has a 28-year-old son. She keeps selling him as an old soul, responsible, makes $100,000 a year, etc. But none of that matters to me because he's just way too young. She wanted me to meet in July. I don't know why my luck is like this, lol. Fast forward to now. I met someone who is 30. I didn't initially think we would even meet because of the age gap, but he was hilarious and we both like hiking, so we met up and did that. Then he was consistent with following up, asking when he'd see me again, etc. I was not super interested when I met him in person because I usually don't see anybody more than once. I find an excuse to bail, and I think it's a defense mechanism. After we met up for the hike, he asked me for dinner. He consistently plans things. He shows a lot of green flag energy, like if he doesn't reply for a while, and this is completely unnecessary. He'll be like, hey, sorry, I was out mowing the lawn. He says he is looking to build a long-term and loving relationship. He is very responsible. We have been seeing each other for a month. 5x no sex yet. I'm just worried about the judgment of we would receive, and let's face it, it would be me for dating such a young guy. I will turn 38 at the end of the year before he turns 31 in January, so the age gap will look even worse. My friend jokingly called me a cradle robber yesterday, and it sent me into a spiral and my stomach hurts lol. I keep picturing a future where he ends up leaving for someone his age. Ladies, if you were me, could you or would you look past the age gap? Hey girl, the age gap you are mentioning is quite small. IMO, more than acceptable. Don't listen to your friend. Are you enjoying this guy's company? Is he a good potential partner? Would you date him as he is, leaving aside the age gap? If yes, go for it and don't look back. If genders were reversed, the age gap wouldn't be a problem. So why should it be for you? I mean this as kindly as possible. I'm a little surprised that at 38 you're letting other people's opinions influence your dating choices. You sound like you're into him but looking for an excuse to bail based on your other comment admitting this. Who cares what other people think? You're the one dating the guy, not them. Grant yourself the permission to enjoy your life. I'm 36 and the youngest I'll consider is 10 years under. 30 feels like it's the same age range TBH. I feel like that's not that much of a gap, but it really does depend on you and how you feel. I dated a 28-yo for a bit earlier this year. His mom was young and that made me nervous, but she just wanted him to be happy. No one said anything at all. Now my BFF Sim. She dated a 20-yo at 35 and I still roast her to this day about the time he asked her to buy him a bottle. If you're going to feel that anxiety long term and keep bringing it up or throwing it in his face or something, just leave it now and find someone you feel is more age appropriate. I know you ended by specifically asking what other women thought, but from a man's perspective, that age gap is nothing. He's not 22 and you're not 50. He's a grown man with a real job in his 30s. I think you're overthinking this. You aren't that much older than him. I currently live with my boyfriend who is 7 years and 1 month younger than me. I was 39 when we met and he was 32. I'm now 41 and he is about to turn 34. There are times when the age gap is evident and times when it is not. It doesn't bother either of us though, and 99% of the time we don't even think about it. I don't even think about if it bothers others, because we are happy together and the people who truly care about us just want us to be happy, so I know it's not a big deal to them. I do sometimes still have fears that he will want someone his own age at some point, but that fear randomly rearing its ugly head happens pretty infrequently at this point. Anytime I've brought it up, he reassures me that my age is not an issue to him, and honestly, that's all that matters to me. Also, even if I was with someone my own age, that person could leave me for someone younger. All that to say, it's all about if both of you are comfortable with the gap, not what others have to say about it. My little sister is 30 and dating a 23-year-old, and it's working quite well and has been for 3 years. It does help that he is way more mature than most people his age, but I would argue that their 7-year gap is much more significant than yours, given how much younger they are. It does sound like you're working yourself up a lot about what people are saying to you rather than looking at how you feel about him and whether you're enjoying it. If the ages were flipped, you 30 and him 37, no one would blink an eye. And spending 2-3 months with an extra year between you on paper is just not real. Years are arbitrary ways to track time. You're still the exact same amount of time apart in age if you choose a different arbitrary measure, seconds, hours, days, whether you're in that small window of time where our calendars tell you there is actually a difference or not. Your friends teasing you about it might just be jealous or want to joke with you a little. If it bothers you, tell them that, but you aren't doing anything wrong, so you really don't have anything to feel bad about. As to your fears of him leaving for someone his age, this just sounds like anxiety when you date people your own age. Do you worry about them leaving you for someone younger? I mean this positively, but I'm fully in the camp of it sounds like you're trying to sabotage yourself and letting your anxiety get in the way of something promising. Hey, though you've already gotten a lot of comments, but I just want to say, I was 7 years older than my ex, and I'm 7 years older than my current boyfriend. I met both of them organically. I never would have seen them on an app because they were younger than my age limit. My ex and I were 24 and 31 when we started dating, and my current boyfriend and I are 28 and 34. From my experience, you're overthinking the age thing. It was never an issue in my last relationship, and it hasn't been an issue in this one either. People do make jokes, but I lean into it. The other day I jokingly asked my boyfriend, "What's your 9/11 story?" He was too, lol. Take it as a point of pride. You're so hot. You're bagging younger men. Hell yeah, girl. When none of my friends were legitimately judgmental or mean-spirited. All jokes were good-natured teasing. It sounds like you like this guy, and he seems really great, so why not give it a shot? Worst case scenario, you break up aka, the same as any other relationship. If you want kids, y'all may need to have a conversation about timelines and expectations, but otherwise, go for it. Would you continue dating a man who admitted he cheated in the past? I went out on dates with a guy and they were very fun, a hike and a dinner date, and another active day walking around the city. He was very attentive, attractive, and I had a blast with him. However, I couldn't shake at the end of both dates that something was off. I went home and told my best friend. I didn't know if it was performative or what, but something just felt like he wasn't being sincere. Finally, on date 3, he had some wine, and I asked him if he had ever cheated on anyone. He said it was a gray area of a situation, and when I asked to elaborate, he half-assed explained a situation with his ex that seemed messy. It then ended in him saying his ex had a mental breakdown. I tried asking him if he did anything to contribute to the breakdown of the relationship, and he said no, that he was a great communicator. This put my alarm bells off even more. Not to stereotype, but this guy is good looking, great job, and has never been married, engaged, or lived with a woman, and has only seriously dated one woman who supposed ruined his life 5 years ago. Would you guys run? I'm thinking of calling it. Is the way you've been feeling on the first 3 dates the way you want to feel in your relationships? For me, I've figured out that if I need to ask more than 3 questions about an eyebrow-raising subject and I still don't feel reassured, it's probably already off. Safe people just emanate safety. You don't even need to ask these questions. Unfortunately, they're rare in the dating market. Thinking about overriding your eyebrow raise to maintain connection, that looks okay on paper, but doesn't feel okay probably points to your own childhood wounding. I know that was the case with me at least. I hope it helps. For me, I've figured out that if I need to ask more than 3 questions about an eyebrow-raising subject and I still don't feel reassured, it's probably already off. Safe people just emanate safety. You don't even need to ask these questions. Unfortunately, they're rare in the dating market. When cheaters describe their indiscretion as a gray area and show very little introspection, that tends to mean that they haven't learned jack shit about themselves and will likely repeat the behavior with you. From what you describe, the cheating is the least of the potential issues with this guy. Run. I wouldn't be keen to continue. And it's not the fact that he admitted to cheating. It's the fact that he's taken absolutely no accountability for anything. If anything, he seems to have justified it, which means he hasn't changed because he could see himself do it again under similar circumstances. I would potentially date someone who admitted to cheating in the past. I believe people can change. He'd need to show some remorse and seem like he really regretted it and knows it was wrong. But I probably wouldn't continue to date this particular guy. You should be able to talk respectfully about exes and not play the blame game. It's okay to talk about things you've learned from past relationships and how that defines what you're looking for. But I don't want someone who is just going to talk down on his ex with someone he has just met, even if she legitimately was terrible. Like, even if it was an abusive relationship. Something like I was in an abusive relationship. Fortunately, I am in a better and safer place, and moving on now is more appropriate for a 3rd date than talking about the woman with a mental breakdown who ruined your life. Hope you don't mind getting a male perspective. It sounds like he's being very evasive and not giving clear, concise answers so he could play the "I never said I didn't cheat" card at some point down the line. It's up to you whether you're comfortable giving him the opportunity to explain himself. If you do, the questions should be very targeted and focused on his actions during the situation. On the other hand, he does sound like a walking red flag and you're on the fence because he's attractive. Would you be considering things if he wasn't as attractive? The fact that he didn't get into details to your satisfaction suggests you should not trust him. Some might argue that it's a bad topic for a 3rd date. I don't adhere to such standards. Anything goes on any date if you're really into them. As a man, if someone I want to date and build a relationship with asks me something that is clearly important and I had done it in my past, I would be keen to explain why I did it, what I learned from it, and how I'd go about it in the future. Cheating is a thorny topic as it's not just the cheater but a whole context to take into account. And while they maybe won't cheat again, it also raises the question of how they deal with conflict and problem solving, or at least what values they hold and live up to. Based on your short description, I'd write this one off. Not that man. But sometimes, yes. My partner admitted to having an emotional affair once in the past. But 1, I have 2, and 2, we both accepted responsibility, ended it quickly, confessed it to our exes and each other, and felt remorse. Neither of us would ever do it again. We were both also trapped in toxic relationships, stuck in a lease and already planning to break up when it happened. It doesn't sound like this guy has done any of that. In my experience, people who have cheated in the past don't learn from their mistakes. If a guy cheats instead of actually bringing up any issues he has with his partner, then this tells me that he lacks communication skills. A huge red flag, as you mentioned, is that the guy refused to take any responsibility for the breakdown of his relationship. He's trying to blame his ex for the fact that he cheated. Someone like this is always going to try to escape accountability for their wrongdoings and gaslight their partner. Generally speaking, I'd be wary of any guy who tells you his ex is psychotic or crazy. Sure, it's possible that someone's ex is psycho, but I'm not inclined to believe this if the guy is a cheater. Guys who cheat will always speak badly of perfectly nice girls because for whatever reason, it gives them power. I think that if you're getting bad vibes from this guy from the beginning, it's a sign that things aren't going to get much better. I'd stop dating him. He sounds exactly like the last guy I dated. His ex was supposedly crazy and had a breakdown after he broke up with her after making her move across the country for him. At one point, he said word for word, "I did nothing wrong in that relationship, not an ounce of accountability. He was charming, good looking, had a great career, etc. And I ignored the blatant red flags. While we were dating, he made me so anxious with his hot and cold behavior that I felt crazy by the end. He's probably calling me the crazy ex now." Lesson learned. I have had this happen twice. I meet a man and like them, but there is a huge alarm bell of what will happen if I get into relationship with him. I brush it off because how can I know? Maybe I am just paranoid. 2 years later, the relationship ends for the exact reason I had thought it would. Years wasted and mental health gotten worse. This dude is shady as fuck. He is likely good at gaslighting and calling anything gray area when it suits him. He also sounds like someone who routinely seduces women. Listen to your gut. Don't let the good looks fool you. I cheated before. Nothing super major, but enough to be cheating for sure. Minor enough for my partner to be less bothered by it than me. It traumatized me to the point where it ruined my relationship even though she was fine and now I don't even put myself in situations where cheating is remotely possible, like drinking attractive coworker, etc. even in a group. So I am literally less likely to cheat than I was when I had never cheated. This probably isn't useful at all as a general rule. Just saying it's possible for it to be true.